Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into this special episode of No Vacancy News. Today, a chance for me to talk to some really great personalities about things that are going to help you improve your hospitality business out there. Now, there's no way around it. You know your costs are rising out there. You know it's getting more complicated to make your guests happy. But the one thing you also know is there are solutions out there, and technology always finds a way, as our friend Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park. So today we got with us, coming from the company Kohost, we got founders Mark Day and Ian Rogers. Technology is changing so much in the hospitality industry, and owners are really struck with a dilemma right now. What technologies to invest in and why? Why did you found Kohost, and why do you think those guys are going to wind up saying, we're going to invest in you?
So we started Kohost because for a confluence of factors, right? So my previous company did a lot of integrated systems here in Las Vegas and kind of, hospitality capital of the world. And so we were able to see a lot of pain points after we would put in these really expensive, really proprietary, relatively complicated systems that always worked great on day one. And then would just kind of, lose value over time, which is what technology really did, right? In like the
it sounds like every phone I've owned in the last couple of years, Mark.
There you go.
Yeah.
But some technology now gets better, right? Like the banking app on your phone or Uber or whatever you kind of like, all that stuff is like getting better now. A Tesla arguably gets better with every software release. And so we thought, hey, we can do this better, cheaper, faster, and we can put it on the guest's device. So there's no kind of like CapEx costs when it comes to like putting devices in the room. And we thought, hey, if we can kind of knock maybe these 5 or 6 things out, we could present a really strong value proposition for hospitality.
So, Ian, I got to ask you, what is that value proposition? What is Kohost, and what was the impetus here for you to help create this new technology?
Well, to echo what Mark said, where we don't have this, or the property doesn't have a huge OpEx or even CapEx costs in order to bring what we provide, which is the digital guest experience, and in an innovative way that we haven't seen before. So using the device that the guest is comfortable with, it's in their pocket, they look at it upwards of 200-300 times a day, they can now interact with the hotel, whether they're on vacation or whether it be through like at a business convention or something like that. The guest is just immediately comfortable being able to access the features that the property is able to provide.
That is important, because so many hotel rooms, when they installed technologies that they thought were clever or far ahead, you really need an instruction manual to be able to figure it out. And honestly, it wound up taking away from my experience. And now you have a technology that's going to help improve the guest experience from the time they decide they want to check into the hotel all the way until they're headed back at the airport. Mark, I got to talk to you a little bit about this. I got a chance to see this model room, and it's an actual living, breathing hotel room. Really cool how it all works. And I don't really have to worry about even downloading an app to make this thing happen.
That's right. It's one of the core features was no friction. Relieve all friction for the guest. Give them a quick text message, click the link, and you're off to the races. Upload your ID, collect credit card information, offer upgrade for your room. You can kind of do all of those things, head straight to your room. You've got digital lock, control your room. And then, like you said, you've got kind of the marketing, the on-site experience, all the way to checkout.
All right. So offering upgrades, that's already one opportunity to monetize this particular type of product. I love that. And then you talk about when you get in the room, because you're able to control everything on your phone, that also means the hoteliers control everything on their side. Mark, how's the hotelier finding, Ian, how are you finding that hoteliers can be successful in lowering their expenses through this particular product?
Well, they love it because they have access to their entire property from either their phone or just right from their web browser. So they can pull up a list of all 3,000 hotel rooms if they want.
Right.
They could unlock the door, adjust the climate, lower the shades, turn on the TV, turn off the TV, whatever it might be.
Now, if I were the GM of a hotel when my friends were there, I'd be on the soccer field watching my kids play, and I would lock that friend in the room remotely is what I would do. But I think that's great, because that means you guys can set, controls and stuff like that to help lower the energy expenses when someone's not in the room, for example, and other types of features like that.
Yeah, that's correct. So by default, after about an hour of inactivity, we're going to make sure that that room is set to an eco-friendly state. So we'll set this thermostat back up or down a couple of degrees. We'll make sure all the lights are off, the TV is off. That way, those rooms aren't drawing energy when they don't need to be.
Right. But now here's the thing. We've heard about these types of technologies before, and some of you guys out there are saying, well, this sounds really familiar. We've already had these things. But Mark, I'm going to throw it back to you because this is really taking it to the next level. This is like, I guess I'm not a tech guy, but it's all open API. You don't have to worry about complex integrations. That has been the bane of the hospitality industry, both on the ownership side, the vendor side, and the guests wind up not getting the experiences that you had hoped. Now you don't have to do that. It takes a lot of complications out of this.
It does. And what we wanted to do was build the frictionless, complete digital guest journey from front to back, meaning that we wanted to incorporate your check-in process, your two-way communication, your room control with the back-end energy management, your early checkout, your room upgrades, basically anything you can think of, on-the-fly marketing. Hey, we've got a wine mixer in the lobby tonight. Shoot that out to all.
What time is that starting?
Yeah, exactly. 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And you get instant feedback from all of your guests that are going to show up. So now you can have an idea right now, take a picture, and in 10 minutes, you've got feedback on how many people are going to show up at 6 o'clock that night. So we wanted to give you that entire guest experience and kind of like customer journey, and then integrate with your systems as well.
Ian, how does this really just simplify the lives of the people that are going to be paying to put this technology into their hotels?
Well, from the most basic standpoint, everything that you used to have to interact with somebody at the front desk for, you can now just do right from your fingertips on your own device. And that's really the foundation of it. So like what Mark was saying, we have two-way chat, concierge. You can chat with the front desk or housekeeping about getting towels or ice or even room service, right? So by taking all of the different systems and services that typically you needed to interact with somebody for, we can now automate, integrate with those systems, and provide it to the guests at very low cost.
I think that is absolutely fantastic, Mark, because, I think what we're talking about here now is getting control of those labor costs by allowing people to do things in a different way. Now you could better manage what people are going to be doing that you're paying for in the hotel, while simultaneously being able to lower expenses and be able to increase the guest engagement in the property and potential for upsells as well.
That's right. We have to, our software is vertically integrated SaaS for hospitality, meaning that we have to kind of hit every touch point along that customer journey. And it's either got to save the hotel money or make the hotel money. And that's how we started thinking about Kohost at the very beginning. And we really think we've knocked it out of the park.
It's funny. A lot of products that I've seen out there are solutions looking for problems. You guys really thought this through to figure out what people really need to be more successful in helping save their bottom line. After the last couple of years that we've all been through, every single penny means more than anything. Gentlemen, any final words, Ian?
Yeah, I would say one thing that's super important, and I think differentiates us from a lot of our competitors, is that whenever we're making a decision about the feature of the software, or even which way that we need to take the business, we're always going to put the guest at the forefront. And so if it doesn't benefit the guest, it's unlikely going to benefit the hotel. And so that's just one of the kind of core principles that we wake up with every morning.
What about you, Mark?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Ian there, and check us out at Kohost.io, and also you can email me anytime at mark@Kohost.io.
All right, Mark, you stole my thunder. I was going to do the shameless plug for you, but the most important thing is you folks out there know the deal. This is the future of technology. Your guests are already demanding it. The brands are starting to put elements of this types of technologies into place. Why not just do it simply, easily, with one solution? That's why I love Kohost. Again, check them out at Kohost.io. I'm Glenn Hausman. You've been watching No Vacancy News today. See you next time.